In this video, we're going to be going over our advanced stances, our advanced DACHI waza. So in the past videos, we've covered a couple stances from forms and things like that, but in this one, you're going to see stances that are really only performed in some of our upper level katas. So to start, we're going to start with either layback stance or back stance, depending on who's talking. Sometimes you'll hear layback stance or back stance. In Japanese, it's KOKUTSU, DACHI. Now, the way this will be done, so the easiest way to find it is say start in a ready stance. Leave your left foot in place, bring the right foot back. Now, from your big toe in the front to your back edge of your foot, it's at least 2 shoulders width. It's like doing a horse stance. Now, my heel on the back is in line with my heel to the front. My rear knee is pressing out and my hips are centered under my shoulders. And then my hands are up in front. Now, another easy way to find this is to make your side stance and turn that lead leg. And then the hands are up. KOKUTSU DACHI. Now, the weight distribution between the stance is not 50-50. Your back foot will have 60 to 75% of your weight, leaving between 40 and 25% on the lead leg. Now, to see it from this angle, I'm here and I'm just going to turn that foot. Now, I'm a little shallow there, so from here, turn it. My hips are still centered in my stance and my hands are up. Front knee is bent, pointing straight ahead. Rear knee is bent at the 90 degrees to the front. And then there's my stance. So, KOKUTSU DACHI, back stance or layback stance. The next stance we're going to cover is called MITSURIN DACHI or jungle stance. Now, in the Shoryu system, sometimes you'll also see this taught as a leopard stance, but it's still the exact same thing. Now, the way we're going to do this, think of doing a deep lunge for this stance. So I'm in my ready stance for the width of my feet. My front foot is going to come forward and it's a deep, far forward. And I drop the knee in the rear. So my heel comes off the ground. So, and it's deep, low. And then we're fighting here. You'll see this in forms such as Basaidai or Gopaisho, coming in for a low end hit. Now, from the side, it'll look like this. So it's coming forward and you sink into your stance. And then you're going to do your strike or whatever you want. So the heel is up, the back knee is pointed down. Okay? So that is MITSURIN DACHI or jungle stance. Now, the weight distribution on this is going to lean towards 60 to 70% on the lead leg, leaving between 40 and 30% on the rear leg. Again, it is a deep lunging stance. So moving forward and dropping in. Okay. The next stance we're going to cover in this video is another variation to a stance you already know. So just like one of your basic stances, or it's a variation of a basic stance, the ZENKUTSU DACHI, or front stance. So normally we understand a front stance as our hips, our knees, our toes facing straight ahead, with the front knee being bent so you can't see the toes. And this is ZENKUTSU DACHI. Now there's a variation of this called HANMAE ZENKUTSU DACHI, or half-facing front stance. Now, you'll start seeing this in forms like Empisho and Basaidai, where you will be in your front stance, but then your hips and shoulders turn to that 45-degree angle, right? So it's a way to move and drive and press, but still maintain that position for a ZENKUTSU DACHI. So that's a HANMAE ZENKUTSU DACHI, half-facing front stance.